I just believe that God is even still a healer.
Yeah.
You're looking at me right now. I'm a cancer survivor. I can show you pictures of when I was sick. I went all the way down to 76 pounds, paralyzed, waist down. Doctor sent me home with hospice, said there was nothing else they can do.
Glory.
But then God stepped in. I tell this everywhere I go, Pastor God. Say they told me that I was going to walk with a limp.
Look at that.
Like I told you, now I got the option to walk with a pimp. But there was nobody but God that did it.
Yes.
Nobody but God. When I look back, sometimes I have to glance back at the picture, and all I can just say is, thank you, Jesus.
Thank you.
Just laying there. Couldn't do anything for myself. Had to wear, what do they call them, depends, or diapers, adult diapers, somebody having to clean me up and do everything for me. You remember, don't you, brother? 76 pounds. I was nothing but skin and bones. And I remember my mother would still take me to church, and they'd lay me on the back pew. Because all I can do is just lay out on the back pew. Couldn't do anything for myself.
Thank you.
But now I done gained too much weight. I'm trying to lose some of it now. Y'all want some?
My God.
Now I'm overweight. Doctor done told me, hey, you need to lose about 60 pounds. I ain't had no problem then, man. It was talking about you need to gain some weight. I'm like, which one is it? You know. But I thank God just for being here and being in the land of the living.
Yeah.
I could have been gone. Now sometimes we take for granted so much of what God is doing.
Amen.
If you even just sit back and just think, we are breathing the breath of God.
Amen.
Yes.
At any time, the Lord can just say, don't breathe, and you wouldn't be able to breathe in.
Amen.
And you just fall dead. At any time, he can say, heart stop pumping.
Amen.
You think about it, God is so unique that everything that man makes, it has to be powered by electricity or a battery.
Amen.
But God made you where your heart is just constantly pumping.
Amen.
Yeah.
You're constantly breathing.
Amen.
You're constantly moving and thinking. Even when you sleep, you're thinking because you're dreaming.
Amen.
All right.
Some folk ain't dreaming about the right stuff, but they dreaming. Praise the Lord. But nevertheless, we have so much to be thankful to God for.
Amen.
Every time we come to the house of the Lord, everybody ought to be jumping and shouting and dancing and praising God.
Amen.
Just for the fact that I got my all 5 fingers. Hey, praise the Lord. Hallelujah.
Thank you, Jesus.
My big toe, it might have a rotten toenail on it, but let me dance anyway. Thank you, Jesus.
Come on,
Yeah.
I remember my mother when she was sick, and she was dealing with diabetes at the time, and the doctor said, we're gonna have to cut your feet off. That's what they told her. They said, we're gonna have to cut your feet off. And I remember my mother sitting there in the doctor's office, and she looked at the doctor straight in the eye and said, if you cut my feet off, I won't be able to dance for the Lord no more.
Look at him. Glory to God.
And she lived 20 additional years. Hallelujah.
Glory.
20 additional years
My
dancing for the Lord on those same 2 feet.
Thank you, Jesus.
When they told her they had to cut them off or else she's going to die. But look what God did.